Hello there, this is Dr. Neptune. Hope you enjoyed that ASMR beginning. If you liked it, let me know in the comments and I'll make more. But I'm here primarily to unbox this. Although technically not a box, it's a bag. The Amazon packaging here says it's just like a box. I suppose that's in reference to recyclable, but I'll take it to mean an unboxing can include whatever this is, papering. Here we have the debut Japanese release by Sserafim, a Korean-based group that debuted in May of 2022, which is about 9 months ago. I speak to you in mid-February 2023. I had to go get the box cutter just to prove this is a true unboxing, in that I haven't seen this before. I'm filming it. So this just came out, I think, about 3 weeks ago, end of January in Japan. Go. And consists, I like the Japanese packaging. I like to try to hold on to these. They always put these things on the outside of their CDs. And there's information in here, website, QR code. There's a CD and a DVD in this, I think, as I was trying to just say. A lot of the Japanese releases have these DVDs along with the music part. And so we got this is 20th century technology for this kind of CD. But got the 2 discs there, and here's a picture of the group, 5 members, 2 Japanese members, including Kaza here and Sakura here. There was a lot of anticipation for this group because before their debut, their members were already known, at least some of them. Here we've got the Japanese version of their first single called Fearless. It's identical to the Korean version in that the English parts are the same, but the parts that were originally in Korean are now in Japanese. You can see these characters here. And right from the start, Sserafim positioned itself as a group that was fuck me.
오늘이랑 어제 안무 촬영할 때 굉장히 다양한 표정을 했는데 특히 웃는 표정을 되게 많이 한 것 같아요. 그래서 저희가 이번 뮤비 때는 이제 Fearless 한국어 버전이랑 비교해서 몇 번 웃는지 좀 유심히 보시면 이번에 좀 더 밝게 했던 것 같아요.
So, aside from this photo card of Unche and Kaza, which is not for sale, the only real extra to this Japanese release is that DVD, which you just saw a snippet of. A snippet. I'm going to post links to both the Japanese video and the Korean original video for their song Fearless. So you can check out the differences if you're so inclined. Major thing that I noticed right away is the Japanese version has them in these type outfits. I'm not sure if these exact ones, but outfits like these, very colorful and girly, compared or contrasted to the Korean version, which has them in much more chic looking ensembles. And okay, so here's the track list for that DVD. It's 25 minutes long. It's got the Japanese video, and then it's got the Fearless music video and jacket shoot sketch, which is what you saw a little bit of there. And you saw an interview with Yunjin talking about the difference between the Korean and Japanese versions. I can only tell that because the Korean word for Korea is Hangul, and the Korean word for Japan is Iban, which she says in her short interview clip there. All right, so I'm going to go back to the beginning to look at the same release in Korean. So that song Fearless was on their first debut CD release in May 2022 called I'm Fearless. Sserafim, the name here, is an anagram of I'm Fearless. And also Sserafim. The Seraphim are the six-winged angels in biblical mythology. And the group debuted with 6 members. Now they have 5. And the 6th angel wing is said to be represented by the fandom of the Seraphim, which are called Fear Not. Fear Not in the singular. So all the Seraphim fans are Fear Not. So this is their first release with 5 songs on it. It's hard to get in frame here the way I've got this set up, but there's an introduction called The World Is My Oyster, then the single Fearless. Blue Flame is kind of a mid-tempo song, which also appears in Japanese form on that last CD I just showed. And then The Great Mermaid, it's a more or less rock song, and Sour Grapes, another kind of mid-tempo song. This group, as I say, started off with 6 members, and here they are. These 2 here were in a group called Eyes One before this, and that was a beloved group, super popular. There were 12 members of that, chosen from a TV competition show. So Kim Chae-won and Sakura were in that group, which had a limited lifespan, contractual length of 2.5 years. And when they broke up in, I think, April of 2021, the group members went their separate ways, and some of them became members of other groups, like these 2. So Chae-won is the leader of the Seraphim, and she's Korean. Sakura is from Japan, and Kaza. That's Kaza, and there's Unche, youngest member, Maknae. Here's Yunjin, who was interviewed briefly in that clip from the DVD. She spent time growing up in America, in New York, and so speaks fluent English. Was known as Jennifer in the States, and is part American, part Korean. And then the 6th member here is Kim Garam, who by July of 2022, 2 months after their debut, had left the group due to a bullying scandal. So the Sserafim is now 5 members. It's a very strange thing, this bullying. As I page through this photo book here, I just want to show how glossy it is and how it's very much like a high fashion magazine. In fact, there's some pages where their clothes are described. Like, for example, here, there's snippets of lyrics too, but here, okay, there's Chaewon wearing these items. You can tell from the shine on the page too, it's very glossy, like a high quality fashion magazine or photo book. And there's lyrics all the way through here too. So this is the introduction song, "The World Is My Oyster." Right, this is the first song on their first CD release, and it sets the scene, I guess, for what's going to follow. For one thing, these first 3 lines are in 3 different languages. Right, we've got the English, "The world is imperfect." This line is in Japanese, spoken by Kaza, and this is Korean. And that reflects the global origins and reach of this group and of its members. It's also got their statement of purpose, "I am fearless," theme running through a lot of their songs about being fearless, rising to the challenge, empowering images or messages like that. There's Garam. So what happened with the bullying thing? Garam is 16 in these pictures when they debuted. And she had been involved in a thing with her friends and some other kids at school 4 years prior to this, in 2018, when she was 12 in 7th grade. And bullying is a serious problem in Korea. I guess it is all over now, but in Korea especially, they've got some statutes and procedures and a formal system in place to handle incidences of school bullying. Much of the story played out in social media, and at first the company here, which is Source Music, distributed by Hive, they defended Garam and said that basically innocent until proven guilty, that kind of thing. And then a month later or so, she was out of the group. And it's always a little bit murky, especially when social media is involved, and here especially young people. Just imagine being in middle school, only having whatever happens play out in front of the whole world. So bottom line is that Garam's out of the group, but it does seem like she was maybe done a rotten deal, and that in fact she was really only defending her friend with the other ones. And being trained as a researcher, I looked into the matter, and you see here's a report from koreaboo.com, which is, despite its weird name, a very reputable news source, not a gossip site at all, but good news source about K-pop. Here's Garam. This report is from August of 2022, after she had already been, I guess, dismissed from the group. And this is a long document, but here is the the review of the incidents that led to the school violence committee that met as a result of all this. I'll just scroll all the way through here. There's a whole lot of things that were said and done and whatnot, but the accusations that were most serious for Garam in the media were that she had committed violence of some type against this other student. And then others kind of piled on and said that they'd seen her smoking and drinking and things like that. The only thing that she really seems to have done that she admits to is to tell the student who claimed to be the victim here to fuck off and go back to Busan, which is a great line. And in the movie of this, if it's ever made, that should be the title. It really does seem this from this official report, there is no punishment other than telling Garam to take some classes. Seems like anger management type of classes. In fact, here is her punishment: 6 hours of special education. Some for her parents too. The parents got involved. Some boys got involved. It was a whole huge mess. Then also the victim was, you see here, she was ordered to psychological counseling and advice. She was really kind of a mess, I guess, and whatever else was going on with her, made this whole thing worse. So Garam left the group, I assume was fired, and went back to school. If you can imagine that, after all that, she went back to school. And I haven't heard really anything from her since. She issued an apology for the fuck off to Busan comment, said that she should have been more mature in handling the whole thing at age 12. So she's done all the right things apparently, and the stage is set. I really would love to see her come back and rejoin the group. I don't really know if it'll ever happen. I doubt it. But if Koreans love comebacks like Americans do, that would be just about the biggest thing that could ever happen. But that's why now there is 5 members in the Sserafim. Oddly, Kim Garam remains on their videos and dance practices and show performances from the brief time she was in the group, but she is completely absent from the group's official documentary that was released not too long ago on Netflix or YouTube. I think it's YouTube. And that documentary is called The World Is My Oyster. Includes a lot of footage of their training days and their time leading up to the debut, but very chillingly and Orwellianly, there is not a single mention of Garam, nor is there even any footage of her, when I know she was there in the dance practice room along with all the others, suffering and crying and doing all the things. It was a 4-part documentary, and was really great, fun to watch. But she's out, and so their follow-up, their second release before the Japanese one, came out in October of last year, 2022, and it's called Anti-Fragile. So you can see right away how that fits in with the I'm Fearless kind of theme, excuse me, in their work. So they're they're the opposite of fragile, and this is a 5-song EP. It's got another short introduction song called The Hydra. Single from this is Anti-Fragile, which is kind of a moombatan. I'm not saying that right, but it's got a almost Bollywood kind of feel to it, mixed up with Latin beats, I should say. Impurities is a spectacular mid-tempo ballad. No Celestial, another rock song. And Good Parts, another mid-tempo ballad. So very much in style and even in song sequence, very much similar to their first release. This one I'll open up here. It's packaged very nicely. This is one of 3 editions or 3 versions of this release. Comes with a lot of extras, including postcards, stickers. I like these stickers. They look like police tape. I'm assuming young fans of the group would put these stickers on their locker or their books or whatnot. Maybe in their phones. Here's their different logo stickers. And here's that same logo, only you can see it's been cracked and then repaired. Perhaps a reference to Garam's departure, but even if it isn't, it's in keeping with their kind of themes as already established. And then who's in here? There's Yunjin, the American. Okay, and I'll move that out of the way, page through this photo book. So, this is a wintry landscape. Fur hats. Each of them wore a fur hat in their performance of Anti-Fragile on the music shows. Kind of a thing. There's a knit dress on Kaza. And let's see, Sakura here. She was already known even before Eyes One. This is really her third time around as an idol singer. She was in a J-pop, Japanese pop group, and as a young teen, she was famous in that. And then she went to Korea to try her luck in K-pop. Got on that reality show, competition show that produced Eyes One. And then when that group broke up, became part of the Sserafim. She's the oldest member of the Sserafim. I think she's 25, so already a veteran. Real hard worker. I've come to admire her a lot. She has a great show on YouTube called Fearless Sakura, where she learns how to make 100 kilograms of kimchi at once, learns how to work out with world champion athletes and things of that nature. As I page through here, seeing lyrics, I'm seeing Chaewon. I want to look here. Impurities. Okay, so Impurities is the mid-tempo song. There's a theme all the way through their music of them having flaws, not to assume from their appearance that all is right necessarily. So they have impurities is the theme of that song, and then the next one hits it even harder. It says no celestial. In English, I'm no fucking angel, I'm no fucking goddess. Acknowledging, I guess, the reality beneath the skin, beneath the image. Yunjin in particular is great at this. She's released 2 songs so far. The latest one, I Am Not an Idol, addresses specifically things like body shaming, online hate, things that would have been really taboo up until really recently for idols to discuss. It's sort of a shiny image presented at all times, but the Sserafim has been challenging that right from the start. And then even in a song like this, it's got a kind of awkward title. Good parts when the quality is bad, but I am. I just want to love myself. So self-love, strength in one's own, or belief in one's own strength. There's Unche. Unche just last week started a new gig as a co-host of Music Bank, one of the top weekly music shows. So she'll get a lot of exposure on that, and the group will as well. Kaza, I wanted to mention quickly as a trained ballerina. That's her. She trained for 15 years. I think she's only 19 or so, but almost her whole life training ballet. Let's flip back to where she's at. There she is. Trained at the Royal Academy in Amsterdam and also in London, as well as Asia, and incorporates some ballet moves into the performances now and then. And Yunjin also is trained in opera, believe it or not. Full-on opera, like opera. So I'm going to link to a performance from one of the big end of the year concerts that features. This begins with Yunjin singing opera, Kaza doing a ballet move, and then the other members joining in. And then I will close with this. I like how these album covers, even the CD boxes, look as if they've been broken and put back together somehow. So in addition to the large-scale photo book that we just looked at, this album also came out in 5 different editions, each one for each one of the members. Although it doesn't say on the outside which member is which. I had to ask at the store which one was Yunjin. And it's this one. So here again, the photo book, this time all with pictures of Yunjin. It's very bold personality as the American in the group. The loudest one too. Full of energy, a lot of fun to watch on all the videos. There she is with Sakura. And there she is by herself. And a postcard of Kaza there. Let's see what the CD looks like. I haven't pulled it out in a while. Same deal. Kind of cracked and then put back together. Okay, so hold on. So I'll close on this image of this mini poster that came with Anti-Fragile, which I love chiefly for Unche's AC/DC Highway to Hell t-shirt here. There's going to be great stuff coming from this group, and if you feel inclined to click on a couple of the links that I put there, you'll see some really good performances. So thanks for watching, and I will be back soon.